Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well. My name is Oha Cade. I'm the composer for the symphonic metal project Valkata, and today we are checking out Epic the Musical. This will be the songs The Horse and the Infant, and also Just a Man. These are the first two songs of the musical, self-contained in the first animatic. And I'm really interested in hearing this stuff. I found out about this musical because I received a comment asking me to react to it by a user named Gamerzilla, and I'm normally not able to oblige a once-off comment like this, but the name Epic the Musical sounded really interesting, and when I looked it up, I became fascinated. And I just knew I had to check it out on the channel. So if you're unfamiliar with Epic the Musical, as I am, basically, I'm reading off of Wikipedia here, it's a 9-part series of concept albums referred to as sagas, with music and lyrics by Jorge Rivera-Herrans. It's a sung-through adaptation of Homer's Odyssey inspired by musical theatre, and it tells the story of Odysseus as he tries to return from Troy to Ithaca after the 10-year-long Trojan War. It's inspired by anime, video games, and theatre, and it gained popularity in 2021 through social media such as TikTok. So that whole concept of a single guy writing this huge musical and promoting it through social media is quite close to my heart because that's basically me. Like I said, I am the composer of the project Valkata, and even though I collaborate with a lot of great musicians on it, it is my project alone and I do my best to promote it on social media. So when I hear about this guy Jorge who writes his own musical and promotes it successfully online and gets such an enormous following and love for it, that's very inspiring to me, regardless of how I feel about the music itself. That leads me to my next point. If you're new here, I ought to warn you that I'm always honest in my reactions. I do offer some constructive criticism here and there when appropriate, and I just like to warn people about that because I get nervous sometimes reacting to music that already has this massive following, and those fans tend to be very passionate. So just bear in mind I'm on your side here, guys, and I will do an honest analysis as we listen through. Lastly, I will be reacting to the rest of the Troy saga on Patreon, so if you enjoy this experience, you enjoy my analysis, please join me over there. The link is in the description. And if you do join me on Patreon, let me know if you would like me to react to the rest of the musical in its entirety. And even if you don't join me on Patreon, let me know in a comment below if you would enjoy that as well. Okay, let's see what we have here.
Alright, my brothers, listen closely. Tonight we make the Trojans pay. 10 years of war, they killed us slowly. But now we'll be the ones who slay. Think of your wives and your children. Your families wonder where you've been. They're growing old and yet you're still here. Do what I say and you'll see them again.
Yes, sir!
Diomedes will lead the charge. Agamemnon will flank the guards. Menelaus will let our mates through the gates and take the whole city at large. Teucer will shoot any outburst attacking. Little Ajax will stay back. Nestor, secure Helen and protect her. Neo, avenge your father, kill the brothers of Hector.
Yes, sir!
Find that inner strength now. Use that well of pride. Fight through every pain now. Ask yourself inside.
I'm getting chills.
What do you try for? What do you wish for? What do you fight for?
What do you live for? What do you try for? What do you wish for? What do you fight for?
Penelope, Penelope, and Telemachus. I fight for ours. I fight for ours.
What do you live for?
Penelope.
What do you
This
try
is
for?
epic.
Telemachus.
What do you wish for?
I'm on my way.
What do you fight for?
Attack!
Such a great build-up of tension and urgency.
Who was that?
A vision of what is to come cannot be outrun, can only be dealt with right here and now.
Tell me how.
I don't think you're ready. A mission to kill someone's son, a foe who won't run, unlike anyone you have faced before.
I know that I'm ready.
I don't think you're ready.
Okay.
It's just an infant.
I'm just gonna stop it right there and give my thoughts so far, okay? Sorry I wasn't saying a whole lot. I was just really into it. This is so much better than what I expected. In my mind, I was kind of like, well, it is labeled as a musical, but it's so popular that it must be poppy, right? And I thought what I was in for was really kind of a musical with a story for sure, but maybe the music was going to be more inspired by pop music. And it is a little bit inspired by pop music, but I find that musicals are best when they are actually inspired by musicals as opposed to pop music. One example of a musical inspired by pop music that I don't enjoy is The Greatest Showman, okay? It has some nice songs, but the songs are all very standard pop formula, standard chord progressions, structure. Enjoyable enough, but rather plain for my taste. This, though, is super dynamic and emotional. You can totally tell from the first few notes the love that has gone into this music by the creator and how much talent he has as a vocalist also. I think that's probably him doing all the different voices. I really appreciate that, chameleon approach. He's trying all those different things, and he is managing to change his voice enough to make those characters distinct to me. The music itself is theatre-like in the way it builds in a linear fashion rather than verse, chorus. We start off quite soft here.
Wonder where you've been. They're growing old and yet you're still here.
It's tense, it's foreboding, then things start ramping up.
Find that inner strength now. Use that well of pride. Fight through every.
You got the war drums, you got the tribal cries and the background vocals, really setting the scene, putting you in that situation. And I would get a war battle imagery just from the music. I don't even really need the animatics to tell me this stuff. So this is extremely well thought out and put together with so much love. I gotta reiterate that again. And I did say that this music is inspired by pop music to an extent, but it's just enough pop. It's the good parts of pop. It's the catchiness, the approachability, the fun, the listenability. Every melody is kind of sticking in your head, but it's not too repetitive. It doesn't get old because the song, it's twisting and turning. We're not sure where to go next. It has that feeling of a roller coaster that every good introductory scene in a movie has, especially for an action movie. So I'm really enjoying this so far. The artwork itself is quite ingenious. There's enough animation for it to look clean. The lines are very bare bones. They're basically sketches. Sketches with good form and good expression, but very impressionistic. Not a whole lot of completed forms, but just enough to get the point across. Very efficiently done, very smartly done. Just enough detail to support the story and keep us engaged. And there are some really nice animated frames here. Like, I think he has the principles of animation down. Maybe he studied animation. Either he knows someone who does animation or he is an animation major himself for sure. But let's keep going. This is really enjoyable.
It's just an infant.
Beautiful descending acoustic guitar there.
What sort of imminent threat does he pose that I cannot avoid?
This is the son of none other than Troy's very own Prince Hector. Know that he will grow from a boy to an avenger, one fumed with rage as you're consumed by age. If you don't end it now, you'll have no one left to save. You can say goodbye to Penelope. You can say goodbye to Penelope.
I could raise him as my own, or send him far away from home. Make sure his past is never gone. I'd rather wait for ya, down on my knees for ya. I'm begging, please.
Will of the gods.
Gorgeous build up.
Please don't make me do this. Don't make me do this.
The blood on your hands is something you won't lose. All you can choose is who.
The way he's able to write melodies and counterpoint and harmonies is so awesome.
I look into your eyes and I think back to the sun of mine. You're as old as he was when I left for war.
What a beautiful voice he has.
Will these actions haunt my days? Every man I've slain is the price I pay. Endless pain. Close your eyes and spare yourself the view. How could I hurt you? I'm just a man who's trying to go home, even after all the years away from what I've known. I'm just a man who's fighting for his life. Deep down I would trade the world to see my son and wife. I'm just a man. But when does a comet become a meteor? When does a candle become a blaze? When
I just want to point out, I'm just a man. The repetition of that line, it's that catchiness I was talking about. Very aware to have a hook in there, and that motif is really part of this moment in the story. Beautifully done. I'm going to go back a little bit there because I was actually enjoying that meteoric rise.
But when does a comet become a meteor? When does a candle become a blaze? When does a man become a monster? When does a ripple become a tidal wave? When does the reason become the blame? When does a man become a monster?
When does a comet become a meteor? When does a candle become a blaze? When does a man become a monster? When does a man become
More counterpoint.
a monster?
Super catchy chorus here.
I'm just a man.
Damn. Okay. Listen, I'm in, okay? I'm in. I'm sold. I'm sold. I was wary. I wasn't sure what I was going to get, but this is so good. Beautiful work. Gorgeous voice, dynamic compositions. He knows when to increase the intensity and when to pull back, like right here at the end. So huge. This is the climax. Building. Now, delicate, so soft, and an a cappella finish. A roller coaster. So much interest the entire way through. Guys, I'm in. This is my new favorite thing, okay? I'm not even kidding. I don't often glaze and fawn over stuff unless I'm really into it. Like I said, I warned you about a constructive criticism, but I really don't have much. The only thing that I could possibly say is maybe the tuning on his lead vocal is a little intense. I'm not sure what program he used for the tuning on his voice, but it could have been a little bit more subtle, but that's a very minor criticism. Like, I listen to a lot of pop music where the tuning on the vocals is so ridiculous, and by comparison, this wasn't even that bad. So, hey, let's go. We're going to move on to the next song in the saga now, which is Full Speed Ahead. That will be on Patreon. We're doing the rest of the Troy Saga on Patreon. Link is in the description. Let me know if you enjoyed this reaction and if you'd like me to continue the entire musical journey. Let me know anything I might have missed. This was also a good educational moment for me about the story of the Odyssey. So this is going to be a really fun way for me to just learn that. Pretty dark start to the story, really dramatic, full of conflict. That's what you need to get invested in a story, and obviously this is a timeless classic. Going back to how far? 8th century BC, yeah, you know, the classics work. They knew what they were doing back then. That's why everything is based off of them. Again, if you don't know me, my name is Oha Cade. I'm the composer for Valkata, the symphonic metal project. There's a link to check out our music in the description. You can also check out my full reaction database spreadsheet if you're curious about all of the other music I've covered on the channel. Other than that, please like, subscribe, comment, hit the notification bell, and I will talk to you guys again soon. Thanks so much and take care.